Maura ka rin sa siya kuyate. Hello, loves. So I'm attempting to go live on YouTube to see if I can hold the end this better than Facebook. I seem to my energy seems to break everything up. I become my background. So for those of you that watched the twin flame video that I did this week on Facebook, I literally became the flowers because I became my I am presence. So you'll notice that's it's been happening for the last year for me. So I'm gonna, hopefully this is working. We'll see what happens. I want to touch on a couple things really quick. The month of May is coming. I'm very grateful I was able to attend Sandra Walter's event yesterday, the High Vibe Tribe. It was fantastic. I met a lot of lovely people and souls that are doing wonderful work all over this planet. And it was activating. It was very loving to be in the presence of all the people there. And I will be joining a lot of them later for Unity Meditation here in Sedona at one of the vortexes. So I wanted to come on here first because there's a couple things I want to talk about when I was at the event yesterday, things that came up that I actually have had in my awareness and have been channeling information for a while now. And one of them is, some of you already know this, one of the Sisters of the Rose Sisters, Claire Lewis, who actually traveled with me through England and Scotland and part of Wales. England and Scotland with her. Everywhere we went, there was a bowl. And I told her, I said, doesn't matter where I've been, there's a bowl, the presence of a bowl, or as in the meal, the bowl, like Taurus. Even in the room at the B&B that we both got rooms, and I went in my room, and on the wall is this huge painting of a bull's head. And I'm like, what is going on with the bull? So I've been seeing it I've been seeing it since last summer. Its presence is being known. Even in some pictures of me, you'll see in the background when I was in Leeds, England, doing a Sisters of the Rose event there, I had one of the sisters took a picture of me. I was holding this leaf. I was so excited about this big leaf, but in the background, there's a bull laying there in the picture. So everywhere I have been going and everywhere I have traveled to assist with the grid work on the Rose line, these bulls have been showing up. And whether they're actual live bulls or they're pictures of bulls, a painting of bulls, even the weekend that I did the Sisters of the Rose here in Sedona, I walked around the building. When I walked around the building, there's this big metal bull. And I'm like, what? So I want to tell you what's been coming through me with this, okay? Because it's actually the constellation Taurus is what's being represented. Because you know that I'm a channel, I'm very connected. All I have to do lately is just think of an energy and I start bringing it through. So I brought through the energy of Maia, one of the 7 sisters of Pleiades, one of the stars in that constellation. So I'm going to read you what actually came through, because what's happening is, for those of you that don't know, if you look at Orion, the belt of Orion, and then Taurus is up, you go diagonal from Orion. First, the bull is there, and on the shoulder of the bull sits the Pleiades, that star constellation, and they're placed up there. And so what I've been seeing for a couple months now, what I've been seeing with that, when I tune into it, more of like a month, I really tuned into it, and I saw that the 7 sisters, the energy of the divine feminine, because it represents the divine feminine, the mother energy. I'm Pleiadian. It's just one of the part of the beings that I am. What it's going to show, what they've been showing me is that with the 7 sisters, one of them is hidden. One of the stars is hidden. They say one's not brighter than the rest of them. But what has to happen is the bull is going to descend its neck. It's going to lay down. It's going to step down or lay down to allow the divine feminine energy to rise upon this planet. So what I get with that is, because if you think of a bull is stubborn, right? So, and the bull's, what do we call them? The horns. And it's a fighter, okay? Now, I'm not saying people that are Taurus are fighters. This is what I'm talking about, a bull, okay? The energy of the bull has got to come down and stop the control. And when it does, because there's a lot of things controlled on the earth with the masculine energy, don't go out blaming men, okay? I'm just explaining the energy of this. When that steps down, when the constellation shifts and changes, the seven sisters, the seventh one is going to be revealed, is what I was told and what I'm being shown. And what that means is that the divine feminine are no longer going to be hidden. There's a lot of sisters out there, a lot of divine feminine across this planet that have fire in their bellies. You know, they want the femininity to rise, they want the equality to rise, but we have to remember that. Remember, we've been both energies, we've been masculine and feminine. So do not allow the chaos that caused us to be where we are to come back with the fire in your bellies. Allow the passion within to shift the energy of the earth through love and through the heart, okay? Really important. So I'm going to actually read what came through me. And this is a side of me that a lot of people don't see. I have a very scientific side that a few people know about, because I just don't reveal it a lot. Even when I read it, I'm like, was that me? So it's just another part of me, another part of my embodiment of who I am. So I'm going to read this because I want you guys to hear what was said, and we'll publish it later when I have time. What was said is, in the escapade of linear time, we go through the process of endowment upon human conditions that reflect a time period or a dynasty. In those times, one may have chosen to embody that energy within themselves that causes thought processing through the DNA at an activating level. The energies are embodied through the star constellations of planet, yet still the universe in which you are very much a part of and have always been. So what that's saying is, you embody the energies of the constellation. We all do, and we've gone through this wheel. Now, however, one has gone through this constellation wheel numerous times and is finding that with each turn of the season and each lineup of our planetary system, the coordinated events are causing one to feel the chaos within the conditioned mind. This is our now focal point to bring the mind back online in sacred oneness, as well as the sacred heart through DNA activation. These activations are key points in the process of your ascension. It is the basis of your inner being structure that infiltrates cause and effect, reaction or action, truth and consequences. It is universal law. It is time upon the earth for the energy of the bull, Taurus, to lay down and step aside for the rising of the Pleiadian divine feminine energy within all beings to take place. The seven sisters that have been resting on the bull's shoulder come into a new alignment, and the seventh star will be seen. Meaning, no longer shall the divine feminine hide under the scrutiny of false assumptions and accusations. Many sisters are waking with the fire in their bellies full of passion to return Mother Earth as she should be, and equality among all humanity. These sisters are in place to reveal all the cover-ups, the lies, the created false stories of all divine, powerful, sacred women that have walked Mother Earth. We have returned in oneness. Many controlled places, positions, and people will be stripped of ego when the divine feminine energies of Pleiades rise in their divine truth and divine love. That's all of you. What you will see and experience, you witness for your true heart's content, everlasting love of Gaia and all of humanity. The return to oneness is happening within. Act in a manner of divine love, not chaos, for that is how the mess was created originally. Allow the activations within your body each day in the highest light and divine love of Source. So today, if you have the sun available, stand in the sun and allow the energetic codes to activate the energy centers of your body that rise to the heart space, expanding it with divine light and love. You may repeat, I allow all codes of light and love to activate my body and soul for my highest and greatest good, to participate and serve in the way I know I am to be. I am divine love. I am divine light. I am divine truth. I am sacred. I am divinity. I am witness. I am all that I am. So be it. Open hearts. That is, actually, I say that every morning when I get in the sun. When I get in the sun, it activates my heart center really big. And I always ask every morning for the divine codes to activate me in the highest love and highest light for the highest good of why I am here and what I am here to do, my highest and greatest good for my divine purpose. You can say whatever you want to. That is what comes through me. So that was written. But that was actually, the other stuff was the energy of Maia, who also represent me. And what do we have coming? We have May coming. And Taurus is the zodiac constellation for May. I know this because I have a brother, has a birthday May 18th. He's a Taurus. He's a sweet brother. This information that I've been given, I thought it's time for me to come forward with this because yesterday when I was at the cathedral collapse, or the fire, I would like to call it fire. I've been seeing the bull for a long time. Okay, don't blame people because you've all been part of it. This energy has to collapse to allow the divine feminine energy to rise back in the truth. So just the seven sisters have the sister hidden, the divine feminine being hidden, the truth hidden. And we all know, I wrote about a year ago, I wrote about the priestesses, the priestess or the queen bee is calling in her Melissa. I did a poem about it last year. And right now, the Pleiadian mother can be masculine or divine femininity. And the masculine, how great they are and how Christed beings they are and how they've done all these great things. But the men, or the women were the sinners, whores, all that kind of stuff. If a woman's considered that, why isn't a man in the books? It just, nothing makes sense. Trust your knowing, okay? Start allowing yourself to receive the truth and the information. Don't be afraid. Don't fear the truth either, because there's a lot of people that are actually fearing, especially the masculine, if I let go of my masculinity, what's going to happen to me? Because it's the conditioned mind that has got to step down. So again, Taurus represents that, the bull, the strength, so that's all I want to say about that. Think about that. Whatever resonates, take it. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. I'm only telling you what comes through me. There's no judgment on what you believe, and hopefully there's no judgment on what comes through me. So the other thing I want to talk about as well, because this came through at the event yesterday, and I actually did a video an entire year about this. Last April, I did a video with my friend Todd Traharn and Debbie Zub. It's a 2-part video. It's on my YouTube. And I talked in it, divine love and be your divine light. Nakere eneshutu Quran. Thank you. Mahok Yashi. Okay, Pleiadians coming in. This is the Pleiadians. This is not Illuminati for those that are living in fear. Na kodo so koto shikoto to koto koto to shichikere tete ya u kamana nia. Hunkana sakaratso so kona maya. Aya maya aya. Namiaki. Namaste. That made me really high. I'm like floating. Okay, so that's that Pleiadian part of me. All right. That was powerful. Naked sa katona siya tanamayahi. Makantiana sanatana miya mahanyana hamam. Manai. Open your hearts. Take a deep breath. Relax. We're going to send love out everywhere. Maria ketene sekarotuna shachashunta mayai. Shahi karana sokotuna shakotuna sotoronta. Poyai mana ura nyahi kara. Relax. Breathe. Manana itanu shana nyai kitara unana. Potonea sashant the mu mai maite. Poyohyanaya. Yes. Expand your hearts. Send love upon the planet. Humanity. Connect with Gaia's heart grid. Masha iku nete dura. Nama unama. Feel the love between all of you connecting. See the chain of all of you, hand in hand around the entire earth. Monea shuna mayo kuashi. Yaka. We are one. Divine love and divine light. Keep your hearts connected. Connect to all your brothers and sisters. Allow the divine codes of love to infiltrate your bodies. Your energy center is your heart. Mane ne ukutuna shashatua. Breathe. I am the love of light. I am the light in love. I am all that I am. So be it. I'm really high. I just need a minute. Oh. Pleiadian heart is big. Wee. Oh. Hello, everybody. No otakara santoshi koto no tore shichichikuro una mana. Oops. Windy. Okay, so I have the other thing that I wanted to say is at the event yesterday with Sandra, another topic came up that was that I actually talked about in the video a year ago in April. It's been exactly a year, so we're still in that period, okay? And in that time, what I was talking about was how for women we were feeling the chest area expanding, like bras were getting tighter. Women were complaining they can't breathe when they have their bras on. And they weren't gaining weight. Nobody was gaining any kind of weight. And they did not understand. I was going through it too, and I've been going through it. I just happened to finally talk about it last April. So a lot of women are experiencing this right now. So just wherever you are in the process, different time. I just had a conversation with one of the sisters yesterday about this, but this topic came up yesterday because someone had said, there was a discomfort. Sandra went through a huge accident where her ribs were actually broken at the same time that I was experiencing this, which I know, and I'm going to tell you what I see for it, because actually just a few days ago, I was channeling with Paul, and we talked about this. I brought through information on this again. So this expansion is what I saw when I focused with the body. Okay, it's the expansion of light within the heart. Okay, your heart is expanding, so your physical body is going through the process as well. As your heart is expanding, I also saw that the lungs are expanding as well, because our breath is life. Without breath, we don't have life. We cannot live. So for those, as you're learning to breathe, and people are starting to expand the lungs and use the lower part of the lungs and expand the upper in this, they're saying a new muscle configuration is what they're saying right now. It's an attunement of the inside. Okay, thank you. It's a DNA attunement, they're saying. The lungs are expanding as well because we are learning to breathe again properly. And this is for, and people who do yoga know that, your lungs expand the more you use them. they expand, and you're breathing properly, and you're having the correct breath. But it's also bringing more light into the lungs as you're going through the process, just as the heart is activating in more light. Also, so because of this, there's a rib cage expansion as well, because I literally saw the ribs like going, they're going like this. I talked about it last year in the video, and all I kept hearing, and again, I'm getting this information again with this. This is for men and women, but the women feel it because we have to wear something that binds us, so we feel it more. So with the expansion, with the ribs and the rib cage, it's activating us and opening us more. But remember, the farther you're going in the process, you're holding more light. And I holding more light in the physical body, and why women tend to have been holding it in the lower portion. But what I also been seeing is the earthen goddess energy as well is connected to this. So that for women, that earthy goddess energy, if you've been disconnected from it, once you start reconnecting with it, your body starts to shift as well. So there's many different factors that come in with this. We are expanding in love's light. The human form, as it is conditioned, is changing and expanding at a more rapid level as light fluctuates through the cells of the body. It infiltrates. Okay, so they're showing the light infiltrating and expanding. So, okay, so what I'm seeing is they're showing me the cells. Okay, it's going through the DNA at that cellular level. So like when I do those activations for you, you can get activations from the sun. The cells to expand more light. So get this. So they're showing me the cells expanding because the cells are expanding with more light, okay? So if the cells are expanding with more light, everything else has to expand, doesn't it? That makes sense. So everything is expanding. I don't know how big we're going to get, but just kidding. But this is worrying me. And the expansion of light within the physical structure. So instead of matter into form, it's form back into matter. Okay, so like moving into the light body, moving into light. Oh, that makes sense. Ascension, going to light body. There's an activation process that articulates the well-being of each individual soul on earth, constructed in that way. However, allowing each individual through their process to become unified in the field of all that is. This is where one goes through the process of remembering through their awakening that they are not separate, that they are the energy of Source, all one. Nai tu nune nemi akioshanata, Maia ikinenasa. All right, I have one other thing I'm going to read you that came through that I think is really important. It goes kind of like with what I'm saying here. Again, this is another part of me that you guys don't hear because I really don't write this down. So this came through on the 16th. So this is actually part of, through embodiment, we embody all that we are. So this is part of that scientific mind part or like the higher self. It's just, I'm going to say that. So it's the shift will create the change in light that is coherent to your frequencies. And then the substance that holds the live transmission will accumulate in a collective transposing hemispheric or sphere in the right being that represents the energy you emulate, that will attract the energy of our oneness in a synchronized manner that exceeds all form based reality that is only distortion anyway. Yes, that was me. That came from me. The love goddess. So after I wrote that, I asked Paul, I'm like, I got some of it, but I'm like, explain it a little more. So I sent it to him, and he came back, and he only added a couple words, and he said he left it all the same, but he dabbed on the words that, for me, it made more sense. The shift will create the change in light that is coherent to your frequencies, harmonic resonance, and then the substance that holds the live transmission, DNA, will accumulate in a collective transposing hemispheric or sphere, Merkaba toroidal sphere, in the right being that represents the energy you emulate, frequency holder, the frequency you hold, energy of reality, third dimension, that is only distortion anyway, the projections of the lower mind. So maybe with him adding the words, it maybe helped you guys understand a little more of what came through me originally. Because I looked at it after I wrote it, and I was like, why do I write these things? So I think there's a lot of you out there that understand that, and we'll get that. I wanted to read it in both ways, because when the other words are added in there, it actually makes more sense because of what I do with the DNA activations, and other people do it as well. It will, I believe, make sense to everyone. Nej, ko so todo shigra me ahi kenne. Shisikro to no sokro to Maia o ikita sekranda sakol shinen me ahi. Nakakadoro sakranta sana shikana na ona na katarata ya sakrata to na mai kinte. Na sakrato shikira to sana vlada jito de krosunto to na Maia ko sakro to rata sakrano shuto ta de kebodo ona. Mo koriketere sakro sokoto na shigra tete iskiano ona na. Okay. So I'm glad some of you are understanding this stuff, and those of you that are experiencing the tightness around the chest. The women are experiencing it more than anyone because of we have to wear, well, you don't have to, it's your choice, but some of us choose when the bra is too tight, and what I told one of the sisters yesterday, I'm like, it's time to buy a bigger bras, the bandwidth size. It's expansion. We're not going backwards. Okay, we're only going forwards. So allow the ego stuff to go away, that you're not gaining weight or anything like that. You're actually becoming more light. So look at it that way, resonate with it that way, because it's a good thing. Okay. Yeah, it changes our body structure some because it's changing us, but the masculine are having this as well. They just aren't, I believe, well, I don't know if they're feeling the not being able to breathe, but we as women are feeling not being able to breathe because the closure is tight, and it's like that pressure on the lungs is hard for us. So if any of the masculine out there experiencing it, please, leave your comments. It's Divine Masculine. We're all for all assisting each other. I think that's it. All right, so I wanted to touch on those couple things. You can go back and watch that video from last year. I don't know what section it's in because it was a 2-part video. It was last April exactly, and it's wild that women are actually feeling it right now, like a new set of women are feeling it right now, and it's exactly a year later. So again, it's where you are in your process. So, okay. Nakarata na sakranta shantanai kanatere satorwa. Nahekana. So, nahikanana satora na satataya kura. Shutu nanania I a. So for people, there's trolls on here. There's always trolls. So just ignore them. They're not worth your time. Don't focus your energy on them. So some of you are having pains. Some of you are in blackouts. Let me see. For those of you that are having pains and stuff, remember that as you go through your process, go back and start watching. If you haven't watched my videos from January of 2018 where I have the whiteboard, go back and start watching them because I explain in those on the whiteboard, the physical pains in the body and how it's connected to the energy system. So if you're having those pains, go back and listen because wherever the pains are, it correlates with one of the chakras. So you're holding a block there somewhere, okay? Go back and listen to it and see what comes up for you. You might have an aha moment. That's those videos are very helpful for a lot of people. They've gone back and actually listened to them a second time or a third time and been like, oh my God, I got it now. I get it. So, love you, mama. The sisters at the event, at the Rose event, they call me mama. All right. So I think that's it. I wish for all of you to have a wonderful day and a beautiful month of May. I'll be back sometime, maybe the end of this week, to do an actual May video. But I felt like I needed to touch on these things because they're coming up again. And when it came up at the event yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, I know all about this stuff. So I might as well just put it out there and help those of you that need a deeper understanding of it. Tune in on your own and see what you get because you don't always have to take what comes through me or anyone else. I always teach everyone to go in your heart and find your own truth. It's really important for this. This is how we teach about ascension. A teacher will tell you, go within, and find your own truth. All right? This is how we do it. This is how we work. And I love y'all. I wish you a great week. I'm going to head out to one of the vortexes now and go fly around a while. Okay? Tarikira sotona heketene shikirotona Maia. Nihara sakotona sigarete shikiana utuka nana a. Satarunta na Maia Shanta. I love you.